Man who admitted to one of the Bay Area's most heinous murder cases will soon find out if he will live or die for the crime.
Well, a judge dismissed jurors a short time ago. That is because Edward Covington wants to be sentenced by the judge. Judge William Fuente will decide whether or not he gets life in prison or the death penalty. Now, Covington rubbed his eyes and looked very uncomfortable as CSI techs who processed the 2008 crime scene spoke in graphic detail about where the bodies were discovered in that Lutz mobile home. You may remember Covington fired his attorneys, then rehired them, and then changed his plea to guilty during the trial.
You know, Mom, what I was getting at is about being a lot to handle is they do want to come and talk to you, and they're going to be in and out, but like I said, it's going to be a couple of hours, okay? Alright. Just use the bathroom. Go to your right, so it's 1:15 now.
Someone can have a cigarette around.
Want a cigarette?
Please, I'm fixed.
Okay.
I want to say something to Lisa.
What would you say to me?
I'm so sorry. It's not me. It wasn't anything her mom did. I loved her mom to death. I loved her daughter. I don't know what happened. I can't put my finger on what happened, but it's been this progression on down a spiral that I couldn't get help with. I was turning to people to get help and couldn't get help. And this is not just blew up. It was a time bomb waiting to explode, and it blew up. Why? I couldn't tell you. Your daughter did nothing wrong. Savannah did nothing wrong. Zachary did nothing wrong. Nobody did anything wrong or deserved to have this happen to them. God, the community must think I'm some kind of monster.
I'll tell you that it's not. It's not easy.
I'm not.
Definitely not easy. You gotta figure people are worried and scared and concerned. There's someone out there.
And you know what really pissed me off? Thomas, her neighbor, she had to go to court on the 16th because of the dogs. This girlfriend's been letting Dakota out and calling the city dog pound on her for Dakota being out. That's why we put that old kennel back there.
Is Dakota the white dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had lodged several complaints, and she had to go to court on the 16th. We tried doing mediation with them. We'd gone over there and knocked on the door. Dude, what can we do? Went and talked to us. And then I was on TV saying what he was saying. I'm like, how dare he? Yeah, he wouldn't come out and talk to us.
When did you see that?
And what's her name was there? I think it was the next morning when they were supposed to release me, but they didn't release me. They were worried about my potassium. I think it was the next day.
Tuesday?
I think so.
Who was there? You said what's her name was there?
Oh, what's her face? She's a tall, husky girl.
Okay.
The deputy?
Yes, sir. No, we just got the tail end of it, but I can read lips, and I can hear him saying something about how she was well liked.
Hmm. And that made you angry because he's the one that's causing her problems too because of that?
Yeah, he was the one causing us problems. He was causing problems. Well, not causing us problems. He was putting undue pressure on Lisa because of his girlfriend.
The dog.
And he was pissed off because I was with Lisa and she wasn't with him. Something like that. I don't know how he. That we just stayed away from everybody down there.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, going back,
Sure.
like, you said that when you got up that morning and you went out, had you already killed Lisa, or did you go out in Savannah, do Savannah first, and then go with Lisa?
Did Savannah first, I believe.
Okay. And Lisa never heard anything?
No, I don't think so. Well, like I said, Savannah never yelled or never cried, never. She didn't even say no.
Did it make any noises or anything? I mean, did you hear her say anything, or any noises she made, or anything like
No,
that?
sir.
Well, where'd you have to get the knife from?
That I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you because I know I used that bread knife earlier.
You're talking the bread knives, the serrated?
Yes, sir, the
Okay.
serrated one. I know I want to say that it was on the countertop because I had used it to cut bread the night before.
Okay.
So it was not in its normal.
Where the knives normally kept?
Those knives are normally up there in the knife quiltry set. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it a full set?
Well, the slots were taken, but it was a full set.
Oh, you don't have a matching set or anything?
I don't know if it was a match.
But all the slots were full?
All the slots were full. We had one slot that had two scissors in it.
Oh, okay.
Then we had my stuff that was going in, and Lisa likes to pack rat a lot of stuff, especially glasses from Germany. We had a lot of silverware. I had some better silverware than she had on certain food items like spatulas and can openers, or she would have better plates for the kids.
So the knife was on the counter though, because you used it the night before?
Yeah, I could have used any one, yes.
Okay. And then, with Savannah, you just left her on the couch?
Yes, sir, I did.
When you were saying you ripped her in half, do you remember where you did that at?
I think that process started on the couch.
Okay.
Because I know I had to get her undressed in order to do that. I mean that's the only logical step. But to explain it and how that transpired, I don't know if I cut the clothes or if I think I may have pulled her pants off.
Okay.
Because I think she had a diaper on.
Okay.
In fact, I know she had a diaper on.
Well, when you did that, what did you do first? What did you cut? I mean, because you already cut her head off?
No, sir. I had already cut her throat.
Okay.
And I know she was already dead, or at least I think she was dead. There's no scientific truth to say yay or nay.
Okay.
All I know is she wasn't breathing.
Right.
And there was no blood flowing.
Okay. Well, that's pretty fair guess.
I think I used I then went to Lisa.
Okay.
And why I was asking, I don't know, about the bank card. For some reason, I was asking about the bank card and the keys.
Okay.
And she kept saying, if you'll let me go, I'll go out and get them. If you'll let me go, I'll go out and get them. If you let me go, I'll go out and get them.
Okay.
D. Savannah?
No, she hasn't seen Savannah.
This is all in the back bedroom?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because I remember her having a bloody face, but I don't remember punching her or anything.
Who, her?
Lisa?
Okay.
But I don't remember punching her. I may have, I don't know, I may have be the blood from Savannah that was on my hands. I mean, I don't recall punching her, no.
But you remember choking her.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do remember that.
And you said then she stopped breathing. Could you physically tell she quit breathing? I mean, you said that, but
Yes, because I could tell she had stopped breathing. I could feel her body go limp.
okay.
And then I think I stabbed her in an upward motion here, which probably would have perforated the heart and the lung.
Okay, you're pointing to your chest.
Yes, sir. Like I think from just below the diaphragm.
Okay.
I think an upward motion.
Okay.
With the triangular cutting knife.
Triangular cutting.
Yeah,
knife?
the triangular.
That would have been more like a butcher knife?
Yes, yes, it butcher knife.
How wide of a blade was that?
It starts off at a point, and I think at its widest it may be
2.5.
So
2.5,
okay.
2 inches.
Okay. And now you did that right then.
Yes, sir.
Did you take the knife in with you, or did you have to leave and go get it and come back?
I think I had to leave and go get it and come back. That's where I think all these bruises are coming from, because I had Zachary coming in, and I know this. Nobody did this to me. This was from falling. All this is from falling down.
Stumbling over stuff?
Sir?
Stumbling over stuff, or?
Not so much stumbling over stuff, having no coordination.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I know Zachary kicking in, and I'm trying. I'm hearing things that I know aren't there. I can look at this wall long enough and tell you I can see the jungle, see fish jumping in and out of the pond. Your mind plays tricks on you. You see things and hear things, or I knew wasn't there.
Right.
Hey, let me know if you start seeing the jungle over there.
I was already looking at it in the holding cell.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Was it the jungle, or was it a?
It was a jungle.
It was a jungle.
A nice green lush jungle. Go home. I made a mistake.
Yes.
Maybe I could do it right the next time. I was put here for a reason, and I know this was not it.
What do you think it is?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, my God, I've given a drug overdose when I was 2 weeks old. Survived. My dad stopped me from drowning. And I was at the bottom of the pool for over a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I was gone. Had to do CPR on me. I remember walking hand in hand with my dead grandfather, telling me, "It's not your time. There's good things for you." And then my dad bringing me back. I remember one time I was choking to death on a hot dog, and my dad saving me. I come up on his death's side. I hit the chair, and he heard me and saved me. And I've had a lot of close calls. That me being T-boned on my motorcycle, I could have been killed on that.
Yeah,
the only injury I had was my leg.
Exactly.
This wasn't supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen.
When you went and got the knife, you came back to Lisa. Was this before or after you went in with Zachary?
I think Zachary died in his room.
Well, yeah, you had said that, but did you go out to the truck first and then come back into Zachary's room? Or did you kill all three, then go out to the truck? Do you remember?
Part of me wants to say I went over, checked on Zachary, and then went outside. But part of me wants to say I checked on him, said, "You want to go with your mom?" And he's like, rolled over, and I stabbed him. And then I went out to the truck. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I know I stabbed him in his room.
Now, you've mentioned knives, and you mentioned several different knives. You know, the bread knife, and then the butcher knife, the triangular bladed knife.
That's the butcher knife, the triangular bladed one.
Right, you've mentioned those. What about any other weapons that were used, that you remember using, that we haven't mentioned, that you remember?
I think I may have dropped the TV on Zachary when he was in the living room.
Where at?
I think the head area, because of where the body was positioned and the way the
Entertainment center?
yeah, the entertainment center came down, and then Lisa had sent me to go look for something, and that might be one of the bruises from the TV.
Okay.
But that's, I think, was it.
Okay. And now, any other, do you think that's it on any?
Off my head, I think that's it. There may have been a speaker box that I kicked.
Remember anything, the face? Doing anything to anybody in the face? What about Lisa? To her face. You said you remembered blood, but this could have been after. You know, this could have been after you were trying. She kept asking you to go do stuff, and then you kept, you know, trying to go do what she wanted, but you know, you were trying to stop it, right?
No, I was trying to get what she wanted me to get.
Find it. Were you okay with that? You couldn't find certain...
Yeah, it just got to the point, Lisa, I'll get it when my Massacre wears off. I'll get it when my Massacre wears off. I can't see straight. Then it dawned on me when I think this, before everybody came, I looked, I'm like, God, this is a nightmare. I better take some more Seroquel. I know this is a nightmare. This didn't happen. And that's when I think I took the rest of my Depakote and all the aspirin, Tylenol, caffeine I took, whatever it's called, Buprenorphine.
Well, what made you hide in the closet?
Oh.
Do you remember going into the closet?
Vaguely. I mean, I remember walking in there and slipping and falling down, but I don't remember what I was going in for.
Okay.
Because it was quite a while from the time I went in there till I actually
found?
Yeah.
And when you were found, were you covered up with anything?
The clothes that I was trying to get.
What were you trying to get?
Some coat.
Why?
Lisa sent me to go get Zachary a coat.
Because he was cold?
She didn't say. It's like feeding the animals. I mean, I was hearing her say, well, "Go feed the animals," or "Go give me this," or "Go get me that." And Lisa, I can't do that right now. I can't even see straight.
Well, there was dog food on her.
That's because she left the dog food stuff by the door, and I think I was trying to move it, and in my weakened state from, that was like, I think a 50-pound or 60-pound bag, I think it was. I went to pick it up, and I fell down with it.
They had grass seed all over them, too. What was that?
That's from when she used to have Skylar over. She would let Skylar come over, and she'd put the Bahia grass, I think it was, seeds out there. So during the summer, the grass would go, and she would let her horse out there, and he would basically cut the grass. But her old next door neighbor started complaining to animal control, so we had to take him back over to a boarding house.
Why'd they have grass seed on them, though? How'd that happen?
Because I know, I think she was storing those out in the living room.
I mean, did you throw that around, or how did you get on?
No,
because it wasn't dumped. I mean, it wasn't dumped in a huge area. That's why we're asking that.
I might have hit a bag and ripped it open, or the entertainment center might have knocked it down or knocked it over. But no, to my no.
What about the hammers that are in the house?
The what?
The hammers?
I want to say Lisa had one hammer, and I had one hammer. I had a little penny
Ball peen?
no, not a ball peen, a little penny hammer, basically, for like penny nails and finishing moldings and stuff. Lisa had an east wing that was in, it should be in the bottom drawer, left side, all the way back, east wing.
That's a nice carpenter's hammer.
Well, yeah, carpenter's hammer, but you damn sure don't use it as an electrician unless you want to light your
Why is that? Steel shaft? Yeah.
It's steel. The fiberglass or wood for me. Besides, I find masonry hammers work better as a carpenter to do rough out.
Yeah. That hammer was found, I think, by her. You don't remember having that?
No, sir. I don't. I remember my hammer, my little brown hammer, yes, but that one. Like I said, it should have been in the drawer, but she had been doing projects lately. We had done. We were wanting my dad to come down and cut down a couple of those trees by the service head, but after looking at it, I told her we'd have to contact TICO because it's too close to the service head, and if one of them live branches touch the service head, we become instant sushi.
Yeah.
We were going to have them look at that and then go from there about cutting that down. We were going to move the pool out, level that area out, put that red and white stone down there, and then put the pool back there.
So you don't remember hitting anybody with a hammer?
No, sir. I know I hit Duke with the hammer.
Which one? Yours?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That I do remember. I mean, it's so jumbled. I see one thing, and then it's like 10 other things, or like cutting Zachary in the groin wasn't. It was not sexual. I didn't even touch his penis. I used, I think, my pliers, and I cut it, and it just fell off, and I was like, yeah, I just did.
And just tossed it?
Yeah, yes, sir. If I remember correctly, that was a fillet knife with my Kleins, my yellow handle Kleins.
What about a little paring knife? There's a little white paring knife we found.
There's a little white paring knife?
Yeah, we found that.
That should be my potato pillar. I have 2 potato pillars. Those weren't used for anything.
Okay.
I have the good one for when you want to pill real quick, and the little white one for when Zachary acts up swiftly one.
KP duty. So, when all's said and done, is that when you took your Depakote? You remember what time it was?
No, like I said, the last recollection of time, the actual hard time I can remember was on Saturday. From Saturday night, when we had sex, to my last login, whatever my last login is on America's Army, which I can give you my login code and everything, and my passcode on the computer.
What's that?
My passcode is 3451.
What's your username?
That's to get into the main, where when you power up, you just type in 3451 under the computer administrator.
Okay.
For American Armies, you click on it, you have 2 icons, American Armies, and American Operations, America's Army. Click on that, user IDs, ECOV1.
ECOV1.
At, QAZ123. Most of my passwords are QAZ123. Because I have run across, like, pictures I think might be risque, and I've sent them off to the FBI and stuff like that.
What was the user?
ECOV1.
Okay.
Like my Yahoo.
And then the password is Quaz.
Yeah, Quaz. Most of my passwords are like that. Because the state always wanted you to have a letter and a digit, and you couldn't be the same thing every 30 days. So
Yeah.
QAZ 123, WSF 133, so forth, so forth, so forth.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I got to change passwords.
Feel your pain.
But no, like my Yahoo is E_Covington at Yahoo. And that's the only one that has a different password. That's Ed and Hell. It reminds me of my ex-wife.
Ed and Hell, or just Ed?
Ed, ANDHELL. Which will get you into MySpace, which is which I hardly ever use MySpace because half them damn things are bots.
What do you mean, bots?
Fake ads.
Oh.
They're trying to stitch you up to a single site and this and so forth.
What's your MySpace?
It's my Yahoo email address.
Okay.
And it's edenhell1 because you got to have a digit with that one. I figured it's easier to give you all this information than trying to have somebody hack into it and get subpoenas for it. Because my Plenty of Fish profile is ECOV1 Ed and Hell, and that was to log in.
ECOV1.
And that's at plentyoffish.com.
Plenty of Fish.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just Ed and Hell 1.
Mm-hmm.
You had a little incident here not too long ago on the news as well, didn't you?
Sure.
Said you had a little incident on the news here not too long ago, didn't you? From University Community Hospital?
Yeah. And that was because, like I said, I had the rash right here. In fact, you probably still see some.
Right, you got an infection, you had to go have it taken care of?
Yeah, it was just a minor, an acute antibiotic infection to Bactroban. It started with sulfa. I could take sulfa. About the fourth time I took sulfa, I ended up with like these red splouts up under the palms of my hands. And Dr. Dawson said, I don't think you should be taking sulfa anymore. You might need to be careful with Bactroban. Try the ointment. As long as the ointment doesn't do anything to you, you'll be fine.
Right.
Well, I had like water blisters from my elbow all the way up to here.
Really?
And
That'd been a little uncomfortable.
And was there, and I told him, I said, look, I said, this is an allergic reaction.
Right.
I'm probably allergic to Bactroban. So get some Benadryl and so forth and get it cleaned up.
Right.
Upon leaving, didn't think nothing of it. Put my paperwork together and set it up on the visor, and half of it was like discharge and stuff to keep clean, dry, this, that. Woo-hoo. Well, that was like I think a Thursday, April 24th was the Thursday or Friday, because it was Sunday when I noticed paperwork again. I knew, and she was going to work that night, overnight, so I wanted to make sure I had all my paperwork with me. I was sitting there looking, going, that ain't my stuff. Lisa, is this? And as I said that and pulled it out, I'm like, hey, Lisa, you know what this is? No, I said, I could steal this person's identity right here if I wanted to. Had their name. And I mean, quite literally, steal their, because all you need is the individual's name, date of birth, social security number.
Mm. Did you get that paperwork back?
Yes, I did.
To who?
I gave it to Kathy Carnegie's lawyer, Regina something, a real nice black lady.
Kathy Carnegie, who's she?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Kathy Carnegie?
Kathy Carnegie was one of the people that was that I got the information to.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Now, her lawyer was telling me it was something like either $800 an offense or $8,000 an offense for a HIPAA violation.
Well, when you were over at, and when was that?
I noticed that that Sunday in April. I think it would have been April.
That was the 24th. You went on the 24th. You went and had that done.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 4th, it was. Hang on, let me get my calendar. Look at my calendar. Alright, let me see here. The 24th was a Thursday. So then on the 27th was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That was when you said you noticed it.
Yes.
And then you reported it when?
That day to, I got a hold of Kathy Carnegie.
On Sunday?
On Sunday. Got a hold of Ava Johnson on Sunday. Got a hold of Kathy Hollier's emergency contact on Sunday because Kathy Hollier came in by ambulance for diabetes and she was still in the hospital in room 475.
Good memory.
I got almost, well, I'd say I've got almost a photographic memory.
I mean, you're remembering all these people's names. I mean, I barely remember my name most of the time. You know all their names. Pretty awesome.
Association.
What do you mean?
Because I can't hear real well.
Right.
I've had to learn how to spell different ways, like feeling how to spell. I got caught cheating. Well, cheating in high school was what led me to learning how to pronunciate words, because my 9th grade teacher caught me, and he knew something was wrong, and instead of turning me into the football coach, he pulled it out of me that I was hard of hearing, and he sat down and took time to work with me on that. Plus, I've always been good with numbers. If I can assign a number to something, I can probably remember it.
Well, when did you go to the news with this?
As soon as I got a hold of them.
Yeah, that was on Sunday.
It was on Sunday. I called the news desk. I want to say it was around noon. Between noon and from noon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
On
Sunday.
Okay.
And that's when they found the little baby over there in Pinellas, I think it was, the baby that had been kidnapped. It was either Pinellas or no, it was Manatee. There was a child that was kidnapped in Manatee, the baby that they found dead.
Okay.
I think it was down south. But okay. there was that. The reporter was kind of callous on it because she goes, "Well, it's the same old news. Another baby abducted and passed away." And I was like, "Man, that's not right."
Who was the reporter?
That
you were talking to?
Yes, the news desk lady for
the news desk
for 13. Then they're like, "Yeah, we definitely want to do the story though, but it was the draft. I'm sorry, they were doing the draft. They were doing the NFL draft. They were covering the draft so they couldn't have anybody come out." And
actually, the draft was going to be the 26th and 27th.
It was the 27th, Sunday, right?
Yes.
News Channel 8, we called Bay News 9. Bay News 9 is like, yeah, right, whatever. Hey! Bright House don't want an exclusive? Hey!
Right.
Well.
Right.
So, Fox 13 came out on Monday at around 1 o'clock. And the black guy came out, filmed me, asked me some questions and everything. And then the reporter called me, and she asked me more questions. And they wanted me to go on the news for the 12 o'clock thing that she does, Stacy Shivo or whatever, at 12 noon for, I guess, their afternoon thing, because they wanted to, there's a company that's wanting to take all our medical records and make them information, accessible via on the computer. And with the limited knowledge I have from working with the Department of Corrections and from helping my mom study to be a nurse,
right,
and my sister, I could tell you that there was 3 different users that pulled them records up. All 4 papers were pulled up at the same printer location, and I could tell you whether or not they had MRSA. Basically anything I needed to start an identification with line of credit, especially with Julia being in the hospital at room 475. Who would have ever known?
Good point.
You had a credit card with a spot-on match.
Right.
going to a fake P.O. box, which you can turn around, pick up, and drop into another fake P.O. box. By the time it gets to you where you actually want it to go, they done lost it.
When they end up putting it on the news?
I believe it went on the 10 o'clock news that Monday night.
Okay.
And then it played for a couple of days straight.
Okay.
I know it went on the 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, because my mom told me everybody in the neighborhood saw it.
Do you remember being at Fish's house and telling everybody that you were going to be on TV this past Saturday? No, this past Saturday. Tom's.
No.
This past Saturday.
No.
The night before all this stuff happened.
The night. No. I think what we said to them was he had said that we had told him about me being on TV with that paperwork, and that they were talking about doing the 12 o'clock noon show. But no, God no. In fact, back up, rewind. Okay, we get to Tom's house. When we got to Tom's house, I immediately left, like I told you, went to go get $40.
Your $40 of crack.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. But in order to get that $40 of crack, I had to go to the store, go buy me a stem, and buy me a piece of Brillo so I could go to sick. But I got the crack first, then went to the store, got my Brillo, and got my stem.
Right. Gotta get prepared first.
Did my head, had my cigar, got to Tom's house, sat down, and before I left there, I stopped at Cumberland Farms because you could pull the video surveillance tape because they're probably around 9:30. No, not 9:30. Probably be about 8:30 at Cumberland Farms. I went in and got a 20-ounce Coke. I got to Tom's house, sat down, used the bathroom inside, went back outside, sat next to Lisa, said, "Hey, Tom, me and Tom talked about Zachary running off," and that's all I said. I did not say anything to anybody there about being on TV.
Okay.
Did not say anything to anybody.
Okay. So you came back and you had already smoked all the rock?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have some left, or you smoked all 40?
I just smoked all 40. It's just, there's good days with it, there's bad days with it. It was bunk shit.
Lisa have knowledge that you were smoking crack?
No.
What would have been the reaction had she have found that out?
I would like to take Lisa at face value. She says she will always choose her kids over me, which I would expect her to.
I would hope, right?
Yes.
She's only known you since when?
Yeah, almost a year now.
Right.
But as far as I knew, I was so good that I'll tell you right now, when Detective Hayhurst came over to my house with that sweet, foxy partner he had from Dade City, God, she was hot. You want to get a house search taker with you. He asked me if he could search the house. I said, look, I said, I'm going to have to tell you no, because I'm so good, I forget where I put stuff. I mean, I could hide it that good.
Right.
I've learned from inmates while working in prison how to hide things. And so I told him, I said, plus I had some people over here that I don't know, and I don't want to be held responsible for
their job,
for their drop.
Right.
And if it's something I did, I'll take full responsibility for it. That, I mean, I've always been like that.
Absolutely.
Well,
let me ask you this: when you were in the that building addition, you said that Lisa had built in the back, or she built that in the back. Did you help her build that, or was
no?
That
was done when I met her.
Okay, that was already done.
Yeah, she had already done that. I helped her put the door up. The door in between. She only put 2 hinges. I'm like, Lisa, you're supposed to put 3 hinges on the door. No, you're not. It's 2. Look at the package. There's 3 hinges. Oh.
Did you ever did you ride your bike over there, or how long have you been without your bike? Actually, it's a better
That's
question.
my low point. That's when things really started going bad, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So you haven't had it over there within the last how long?
Within probably in April, last week of April, last 2 weeks of April.
Because you got your arm.
Yeah.
And where's your bike at now? Or where's it at? Where'd you leave it
I
at?
think it's over there off 6th.
Which is in.
Zephyr Hills.
Okay, that's
It's
dope
a
deal over
cul-de-sac. Here's the railroad track.
Right.
About 3/4 of a mile. You go down. There's a street right here, and then there's a street right here. Every single house in there is either a lookout or a cookhouse. Okay.
Nice.
The biggest flyer is mouth coming up out of Dade City, out of Crowns and Folks. And I know Hayhurst is looking for him. He's been after me, wanting me to provide him with a gun.
Really?
Oh yeah, he wants a gun. I can call him up. I don't even have to call him up. I can go out there and say, hey, Mouth, I got a gun. Give me about 45 minutes. And he goes, well, I'll either give you 40 in cash and 40 in rock or this and that, however you want to do it. I can talk bullshit with the best.
Right.
But yeah, because I asked him, I called him up one day because Wolfgang came up and goes, well, how much can you get a quarter from me for? I said $3.30. So I got him a quarter.
Right.
When you're getting as bad as I was, you started throwing your, okay, I make this line. If I cross it this time, I'll be okay. And then it just goes and goes and goes and goes.
Right. No, and let me. What were you that morning? Whenever you got up, what were you wearing when you got up that morning?
I don't wear underwear hardly. The only time I really wear underwear was when I was working. I started off with my blue shorts, but because I've lost so much weight, my carpenter shorts.
Jeans or?
Yeah, they're jeans. They're carpenter jean shorts. I had to take them off because I couldn't find my belt to help hold them up.
That morning?
That morning, I couldn't find my belt.
Did they have stuff all over them?
Huh?
Did they have stuff all over them?
I think so. It might have been buried under the dog food or grass or something. I know I was looking for my belt and couldn't find it.
Do you remember where you took the pants off at?
I think I took the pants off in the bathroom and I went ahead and switched to my lyric shorts that I had on.
The ones that...
They found me in, yes.
Okay, the black ones you were wearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I either wear those lyric ones for like working and stuff because it helps keep you cool when it's hot outside, or the cotton ones. And usually cotton during the winter and the lyric during the summer.
Okay.
Because I wear BDUs, the best work pants to work in, nylon ripstop.
Right, yeah, that is true. Did you have a shirt or anything on, or any shoes, anything like that? You just had the shorts on, that was it?
Yes, I had just the shorts on.
Okay. All right.
What about Lisa? Does Lisa sleep in the nude, or she wear something to bed, or what?
Did she? That night, yes, we both slept in the nude.
What?
That you got a mark right here on your cheek.
Funny
It
thing.
actually looks, it's actually a small cut, it looks like.
Believe it or not, that's two different cuts. That individual Kimberly Dotson, boyfriend Roger, is one that did the initial cut when I slammed in the back of him. Not too long ago, I was on my way to probation, got hit in the face with a rock.
Oh, really?
And it just so happened it was right on the same. I should have had sutures put there, but I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And I got hit here and went ahead and had it taken care of. That, oh man, you talk about seeing stars. Doing
Yeah,
60, boom!
You hit a rock at 60 miles an hour.
I don't know if it was a rock, if it was a bug, or a combination of the two, because I had a rock collar going this way and a rock collar coming this way, and it stung. I saw stars.
That's why I quit riding. I was only riding something that's got 4 wheels. Stay up right on.
Man, I've gotten more road rash roller skating than riding a motorcycle. I'm serious.
Well, you showed us a dog bite on your knee. What's this on your elbow?
That I don't know. I know Nude didn't bite me up there. That I do know, because that's not a canine.
And I got this all jacked up, don't I? Yeah, I'm gonna go play that more.
That I do know. That's not a canine horn.
For that. Percent.
What about that one down there?
I may have scratched myself, but that don't look like a canine.
This is the V-neck right here.
Yeah, I know where it's at, but I'm trying to pull it up around.
Yeah, I know. This is supposed to button for that.
You squared away here in a second.
It's not staying buttoned up.
Wow.
Stand up for a second. Stand up for a second.
I may have done that with a knife because it's superficial.
Yeah.
It's like just the skin.
I noticed you had some scratches on your backs and your sides.
That might be from falling.
There you go.
That's a good possibility with this too, because I know I did a lot of falling because of all the junk on the floor and everything, and my coordination and balance. From what I can remember was really
Bad.
yeah, it was Seroquel after about 200 milligrams. When I first took Seroquel, I thought it was great because I could take 100 milligrams of Seroquel in 20 minutes, sleep all night long, all night, and then taking 100 in the morning, 200 at night.
I think that crack had something to do with counteracting
Well,
that?
because I was doing coke when I was doing the Seroquel with
Powder though, right? Not
yeah,
crack
yeah.
cocaine.
I think it led to the paranoia. I knew paranoia was setting in. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing powder, walked away from it, because of paranoia. Something I didn't have with the crack.
Okay.
I gotta use the bathroom now. I didn't use it last time.
Yeah. You good? You alright?
You want more water?
Please.
Yeah. Take it on.
I still had, I think I walked out with an 85 grade point average. What killed me for my IBEW class was my absences, and that was because of the drugs.
Yeah.
But even with the first semester, the first time going through first semester, I was already done with first year's work by the time they were hitting second semester, second semester.
Really?
I've always been able to teach myself. I mean, hell, I taught myself geometry in high school.
Really?
I was geometry and chemistry. I taught myself. I was sick, and I had I think I was out 2 or 3 months with bronchial pneumonia. I taught myself that. The teacher didn't like the fact that I made an A on the midterm and said I cheated. So my mom said, yeah, you ain't going to have a part of that. They put me down liberal arts, came back, took algebra 2. Math has always been
Strong boy, huh?
yeah, I can go do math in my head forwards and backwards. Like I can add multiple numbers going this way instead of going this way.
Alright. I wish I could do that.
I've always been good at crunching numbers, especially at Park Shaper, my 12th grade, my 11th grade physics teacher. I took physics in the 11th grade. Projectile motion, he had a little guy with an orange crush and a moon pie. and a projectile, and we do projectile motion, where you take the angle of the cannon, the weight of the shot, the pull of gravity, the distance that it'll go at this arc, at this speed, and how high.
How high we go.
And for, which we're finding now is now the computers, for like this new sniper rifle that's out that the military is using, the 441, the 441, it uses GPS. And for 1/25th of a second, 1/25 thousandths of a second, they have to figure in the Earth's rotation for that fast for 2 miles out. That's how accurate that bullet is. Wow. 2 miles out, and it'll hit the target. A 6-inch by 6-inch target.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. They're now using 4 axes to plot the bullet, and I'm talking it's like within millimeters of that mark on impact.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I did okay in school. Math was not big. I was, more worried about playing football than anything else. I get by in math, get by in science, get by in English.
Well, I was always good. As much as I didn't think I was, I could write. I loved reading too. I loved reading. I read Great Expectations, Camus the Stranger, John Updike, A&P. No, wait a minute. Yeah, John Updike wrote A&P. It's a short story about an A&P grocery store that he worked at as a youth.
Yeah.
It was just a small story. Read Hiroshima. That was good. Camus the Stranger was really good. It's exponential writings back from the 18th century.
Really?
Plus, we did a lot of plays and drama. Which one? Can't remember the name of it, but I did it my senior year because I was late for two-a-days practice, and I was making up for missing two-a-days, the start of two-a-days, so where I could be in the play and still be in football for that year. And
when did you take drama? What year?
9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th.
I took it all.
Yeah, I see. What was nice is when I went to Sandalwood when I got back from Cuba, it was from 7th to 12th grade.
Right.
So I went there from when I got out of 7th grade in Guantanamo, came to the United States. I went to Sandalwood and graduated from Sandalwood. None of this bushing across town or anything like that. So I got to play junior high football, varsity, and varsity.
How long did you live in Cuba?
73 to 76, 80 to 84.
Oh, so twice you got stationed down there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did he retire from
he retired from JU, Jacksonville University. He gave up making E8 and E9 so where he could finish out in Jacksonville and not have to go back out to sea, so where me and my sister could stay in one school.
Yeah. How many years he put in?
I think he did 26 years. And now he's working on his second retirement with the state. Or, well, with the sheriff's
still
office.
A state retirement.
Yeah, he still gets state retirement. Yeah, he did a year with Hardy CI work camp with the Major Brazil, and then came over here and been over here ever since.
Well, if I want to do 2 retirements. If I retire the first time, I'm not going to push my luck. Yeah, but I guess he went in at an early age too then. He probably went in at 20 years old.
My dad?
Yeah.
He had me when he was 23. My mom was 18, or 16. No, my mom had me when she was 18.
Where are you originally from?
I was born in Jacksonville. I missed being born in Iceland by 13 months.
Where's your dad from?
Greer, South Carolina.
And your mom?
My mom, wait a minute. Yeah, my mom's from Valdosta, Georgia.
Huh.
I'm sorry, Jessup County. And we got family down there that's in the law. I think one used to be mayor, and one was a judge down in Jessup. At least I was told.
Yeah.
So family folklore, you know how that goes. My grandpa's, my grandfather on my mom's side is more than half Indian, which would make my mom more than quarter Indian.
Right.
I know Choctaw and Cherokee and maybe Sioux. I'm not exactly sure.
She should be entitled to some benefits. Be worth looking into.
There's other people out there that need it more than I do right now.
Because if your mom's more than 4, you're more than an 8.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like this. When I shattered my leg, is the self-medicating that kept my head together. I couldn't get. It was like this. Okay. Social Security. I just had a major motorcycle accident. My leg shattered. It's going to be at least a year before I can walk because I have special needs.
Right.
There's nothing we can do for you. Okay, I can't get Medicaid or Medicare or anything like that. Nope. You're white and male. No kids. Access Florida. You made too much money last year. How does the amount of money I made last year affect me right now, today? It don't. I have no income coming in.
True.
I mean, it's stuff like that, and then you wonder why people get frustrated at the system. And I dealt with it. Thank God I had parents that helped. And my wife, it was funny. We would do something for my wife. We'd stop and help somebody on the side of the road, and she'd have a $400 night dancing. And over there in Orlando, it's not like it is here in Tampa. In Orlando, they can get butt naked, or just about, if they serve alcohol. But what goes on in the VIP room? VIP room goes on in the VIP room. But she was just waitressing. And I'd be sitting in there helping out at the DJ booth and helping with security. We've always worked together. And we were shooting at $400, $500, $600 a night.
Wow.
But you get tired of it after a while, and carried me through. It took a war. It put a wear on our relationship.
What's that? Virgil?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Because when she was ready to quit, I wasn't. When I was ready to quit, she wanted to. And then we finally both decided to quit at the same time, and it really was hard on both of us. She's probably sitting there watching the news. I don't know what they've said on the news or exactly all that was said. I just caught a clip here and a clip there.
Nothing. There's not been anything incriminating on the news.
Her family lives out here.
Where?
Ginger and Ginger's husband moved. He's a firefighter over at Tampa, and he's in with the Gasparilla,
The crew.
their crew.
Yeah.
And Sonia and Bill, Allie, Bill Alley being the bailiff that just retired.
Oh, okay, all right.
Roland Sorois and Mike Sorois, both deputies over here. I don't know if Mike's back over in Afghanistan or not.
How old's Mike?
Mike, he's the younger of the Sorois brothers. I think he's 28, 32.
I went to school with the Sorois.
He's on night visa. My dad's what, night A's? He's opposite. He comes on when my dad does, but on nights.
Okay, so whatever shift, yeah.
But yeah, I know all them boys. Bowmaster. I went through the first correctional crossover academy with him for HCC. Del Hyder and Rodney King, or David King did my officer safety. Or Bobby King did my officer safety. Kim's Traffic staff helped them with officer safety. That's when I met Randy and Rick.
That's been a while back.
Yeah, back in '96. That's when I met Randy and Rick for crime scene investigation.
Randy and Rick. Who's Randy and Rick?
Randy Childers and Rick Bell.
Ricky Bell?
Yeah.
They did crime scene investigation?
Yep.
I didn't know they were instructors.
They stopped by. I think it was Jerry and Jerry was teaching the class, and Randy and Ricky stopped by, and that's when I was still. This is when they were.
This is the crossover.
Yeah, this is the crossover academy. I had already graduated, and I think it was 3 or 4 months after graduation when that all happened. Because I was on the DOT work crew, and we were south of Florida, Nebraska. That exit right there getting ready to put fence up, and we heard the shots go out. And then we just heard sirens popping up everywhere. And we were up there, we got up on the interstate, and we were going to turn around, and we were Malfunction Junction, and we saw it. I swear to God. I was the Marauders, the Lincoln Continental, not the Continentals, the Crown Vics, all unmarked. I saw more unmarked trooper cars. You know, you can tell the difference between the trooper car and what county uses. Somebody's got to talk to the administration on that. But that's when I looked at Officer Wilson. I said, we need to get off this road. Something ain't right. And sure enough, we were told to bring the inmates in. We were done for the day. They wanted all in. They put the institution on lockdown. Which is kind of funny because like a week later after that incident, I'm over there by Clearwater Beach, or no, Ben T. Davis Beach, I'm sorry. And my inmates, I never had a problem with my inmates. I was never one of the officers. You can treat somebody with respect if they deserve respect.
Exactly.
And I had my inmates, it's Friday. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Thursday. It's the end of their week because we worked 4 10-hour days. So it's getting close to lunch, and I promised them we'd go to Ben T. Davis Beach for them to pick up trash. This way they can see whatever girls were out there, get their looks, have their lunch. And this guy was parked on the right-of-way, and it says right there, no parking on the right-of-way, car subject to be towed. I looked for the owner and said, sir, do you need to move it? Yes, you. Okay. Tampa base, and then called it in, and the tow truck comes out. He jumps in the car, takes off. Tow truck driver says, that's it, leaves. I didn't see the guys casing us. He's sitting there casing back and forth, back and forth. One of my inmates said something. I turned and looked, and I called Tampa Man again and told him what was going on. 5 TPD officers right there.
What was going on?
They were responding because of what happened with Randy and Rick. They were jumping on that quick.
I used the bathroom, then I forgot the water. Sorry, guys. I'll make a run out here in a minute. Well, now it's just a matter of waiting on your dad to get here.
You could really use a cigarette.
Oh man, you didn't ask for that, didn't you?
But no, I mean, you'd be
I don't think I have
surprised.
any.
You don't have any? Well, I'm sure someone's got some back there. We'll do that. You want to,
Put him over there and just...
yeah, put them over there. We'll go stroll up some cigarettes. May have to go buy some, cigarettes.
I got that, yeah. Some garbage.
Okay. Oh, shit, you know what I forgot?
What?
I forgot his water. I forgot his water.
Oh, there's 3 on my desk.
Thank you. Oh, I hate that. I'm getting old or something, I guess.
I know, I broke the fish tank in the kitchen. Yeah, in the kitchen.
You broke the fish tank in the
Yeah.
kitchen?
That's where some of these guys may be from too,
Okay.
because it was like that plate glass or safety glass.
Right, well, a typical fish tank.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big, was it? Was it like this or something?
65
Oh,
gallons.
that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Was it full or something? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
How'd you break it?
The hammer. I don't remember which hammer though. I know it was with one of the hammers.
Okay. Do you remember why you did that?
Hmm?
Do you remember why?
Frustrated at what just happened. I put rage on there because I lost control. I lost my sense of reality. I lost everything that happened should have never happened because it should have never. It shouldn't happen.
Right.
That was not me. That's.
Thank you.
And I could just hear my mother. It's like, it's a part of it's like I'm never good enough for my mother. I've always messed up. It was never good enough. It was never good enough. It was never good enough. And it's not. I'm not using that as an excuse. That's just the way I personally felt with my mother sometimes. It's in no way is it her fault, or in no way is it my father's fault, or anything like that. That's why when y'all were talking about pubic hair, right then and there I wanted to say, look, I didn't sexually assault her because I knew that's what y'all were collecting the DNA evidence for. I knew you were going to know that me and Lisa had sex. But no, I never sexually touched them children in any way. Well, it took almost 5-6 months for me to even change Savannah.
Right.
Because
That's cool. Well, you understand that I have to do my job,
Yes,
and
sir.
that you understand that I have to ask those questions.
Yes,
okay, and I also understand that for something like yourself, you were very adamant. Heck no, there's no way. You know, and very kind of almost offended by that,
Mm-hmm.
and I can understand that. Because if you didn't do that, even though what you did was, bad, but to that degree,
It was not. It was. There was no sexual overtone. There was no sexual
Right.
arousal. There was no sexual arousal in any aspect of what transpired.
okay. Well, one thing I want to go over real quick is, can I see that real quick?
Remember this?
Yes, the waiver to consent.
And you remember what that was, right?
Yes.
Is there anything about it you didn't understand?
Sir?
Is there anything about it you didn't
No,
understand?
sir.
And you understood this consent to be
Yes,
what?
I do understand that consent to be legal is me waiving my right to have a lawyer present.
Okay.
Lawyers just foul things up and makes things worse.
Okay. You understood, though, that you had the right to an attorney during any time during
Yes,
the
sir.
questioning.
Yes.
All right. And that I just wanted to let you know that our office was contacted by the public defender's office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wanting to talk to you.
Okay.
The question is whether you have the right, do you want to talk to them?
Okay, I'll talk to them, see what they want to say to me. I'll tell them what I'm looking for and what we have to do to get that. I want to get this done and quickly and over with as quick as possible.
Right.
I'll wait 21 days. We can go to trial tomorrow.
Right.
I'm
At no time during our questioning, did you ever ask for an attorney?
no. Did not.
Okay. So at this time you were requesting you want to meet with them?
I'll meet with them.
Okay.
And let them know that none of my rights were
Well,
violated.
now, are you meeting with them because you want to meet with them or because they want to meet with you?
Well, because they want to meet with me, but and to let them know that hey, I did this, yes, this is me. I gave consent.
You didn't want
I
them
did a
here.
heinous crime.
You didn't want them here
I
during
didn't
the
want
questioning.
him during my questioning.
Okay. That's all we
Because I
need
wanted
to
to get, like you said, I had to get this out.
Absolutely. It ate you up inside.
If there was any way I could have gotten out of that bed last night and jumped out that window, I would have.
We knew that.
That's why the
No, that's
people
just,
there to make sure you weren't.
that's to be expected.
All right. Man of my word, and I said that you'd be able to see your dad, and I'm gonna put you back in the holding cell, okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna wait for your dad to get here, okay?
Okay.
So you can see your father.
If there's anything you need, knock on the door, the deputy will get a hold of us, and